Hello everybody. So today we're going to be talking about Maildrop. So first of all, what is Maildrop? So Maildrop makes it possible for us to send very large attachments with using iCloud. Now, as we know that the default mail attachment sizes can range from 10 to 15 megs. However, if you go beyond that point, it will automatically use then the iCloud, which is referred to as Maildrop. Maildrop is available on these different platforms. So it ranges from macOS, iOS, iPadOS, and you can even use the Mail app within the iCloud.com. And we will look at this in a little bit more detail. Now, the versions within the macOS, it can go from version 10.10, Yosemite, to iOS 9.2, to even using any browser within Mac as well as PC. This is now for the iCloud.com portal. Now, the benefits of Maildrop is that it allows you to send up to 5 gigabyte attachment or file size per email, and this can total up to 1 terabyte of Maildrop storage per month. And the reason why it's per month is that any attachment you cannot delete out of Maildrop if it's sent through Maildrop, and it has an expiration date of up to 30 days. So a recipient can re-download that attachment for up to 30 days after the mail has been sent. And after that, the attachments will automatically be removed and free up the Maildrop storage. Now, what's the benefit of that? First of all, it doesn't use any of your iCloud storage, and it can work on any email account set up in MacMail. However, the mail accounts must support IMAP or Exchange. So let's take a deeper look at Maildrop. So here I've got 3 different accounts set up within my MacMail. And if I should go and take a deeper look into my 3 accounts, if I go to Mail Preferences, and in my preferences I go to Accounts, and here I can see my 3 different mail accounts. So here I can see that I've got my iCloud account, which is IMAP, my DigiCape account, which is an Exchange account, as well as my Google account. Now, under accounts information, I can see that it's ticked where it says send large attachments to Maildrop. So this is the simple setting that you just need to activate, and you can see it's both on my 2 IMAP accounts as well as my Exchange account. So now that I have it all activated, I can now just go ahead and send any large attachment. So I'm just going to create a new mail message, and here I'm going to send it from my Exchange account to prove that I can use my Exchange for this purpose as well. And I'm going to send it straight to my iCloud account. And the attachment, I'm just going to go via the attachment button. I could have just dragged and dropped the file straight into my mail body, but for now I'll just use the attachment button. And there I've got the attachment that I want to use, and choose File. And now I can see that the mail attachment size is way higher than my limited attachment size per email. Now I'm just going to give it a subject. I'm going to call it, let me call it Maildrop file, and send. As you can see, it's now sending that email. And when it comes to receiving the email and downloading it, it's going to take a while. So if I go to my iCloud mailbox, I'll just quickly wait for that email to come through. So here we can see the email has come through, and it gives us a description saying that the attachment is available until the 27th of August. And click to download the name of the file. Now here we can see we can just simply click on to download, and now after clicking on it, it will take us to our iCloud.com, and here we can just start downloading the file straight to the computer and just click on save and it will then download it. Let me just put it straight to my desktop for now. So that it starts downloading it. So at any given time, I can just go to the mail attachment, click to download. So that is how we can do it straight from the macOS. So let's go and check out how we can do this on the iCloud.com. Let me open a new tab, and now I'm just going to go iCloud.com. Now I'm in my iCloud.com, and I just click on mail. So now I'm inside of my iCloud mail, and there I can see there's that attachment. So now if I want to do the Maildrop through iCloud.com, then I will first go to my iCloud mail settings, and I'll go to preferences, and then my preferences I'll go to composing, and in composing I can tick the box which says use Maildrop when sending large attachments. Click on done, and let me create a new mail message. This time I'm going to send it to my Gmail, right? And in my Gmail I'm just going to give it another big file as my subject, and I'm going to add an attachment, and this time around I'm going to do maybe a smaller attachment. Go into my shared folder for Maildrop, and I'm just going to choose that one. So this here is a compressed or zipped folder which has an amount of items in it, and that accumulates to about 23.7 megs. So be aware that if you're sending a folder, that it must first be a compressed folder or a zipped folder before you add it as an attachment. So to compress or zip a folder, we need to, and we can't do it here, we have to do it in Finder. So I'll just go back to my Finder. So I'll go back to that shared folder. So as you could see on the choose window, or the window I have to select a file, the same file is here as well. So I won't be able to zip it on this in this window here. But if I come here, so say for instance I want to compress or zip the digicast folder, then I can do a secondary click or control click or right click on the mouse, and in the menu I can just go to compress the folder name, which in this case is digicast, and that will create a compressed file. I'll just delete it again, and you can see that that file has now also appeared here under my window as well. But for now I'm just gonna delete that file and go back to my Maildrop folder, and then of course Maildrop will do its action. So I'm selecting that folder there, click on choose, and here we can see it's now uploading, and here we can see it's actually showing us the progress and the time it will take for that file to upload. Shouldn't take much longer because this is a quite smaller large file, if we can put it that way. So it's about a minute. So here we can see that the upload is complete, and it actually shows us the size of the file as well as how much storage it's taking up per that email. So here we can actually add in additional files if we wanted to, up to that amount. So after I've done that, I can just click on send, and now I've sent that file through my Maildrop. So even if I was on a PC, I could access my iCloud.com, and there you can see there's the notification that now came through. I can actually send it through my iCloud.com and attach a large file. Now that we know how to do it on iCloud.com and through our Mac, let's go and we do it through our iOS device. So here I'm in my iPhone. So just to minimize the confusion, I'm just going to minimize my Mac Mail window. And here you can see there is that file that I've just downloaded from my Maildrop. And but let's return back to the iPhone. So now if I go to Mail on my iPhone, and in my mail there I can see my on my 3 different accounts. And remember that mail that I sent via iCloud.com to my Gmail. And if I go to my Gmail, there I can see there is that email that I've just sent. And if I go into that mail, and here I can now just tap on it to download it. And I can just tap on the download in the top download button in the top left hand corner, and it even comes up and asks me if I want to download it. So for now, let's go ahead and we tap on download. And there I can see it shows me the progress in the top right hand corner. And now if I tap on the download button again, it shows me the file that I've done it before, so it shows me 2 of them. But now if I tap on that magnifying glass, it takes me straight to my downloads folder in my iCloud drive, which the app that it's using, it's files. And there I can see there is my DigiK Blue folder, as well as the one that I've just downloaded. So let me just go back a step. So you can see it's in my iCloud drive. It's in my downloads folder. And if I go back to browse, there we can see that I'm now in my iCloud drive, which is in my files application. So if you download something straight from your Maildrop, it will go directly to your files app under your downloads folder in your iCloud drive. Now, what happens if we should send a large file as an attachment? So I've got a file sitting in files, and I'm going to send that file. So if I tap on new mail message, and this time around I'm going to go back and send it to my Exchange. And I'm just going to send it, I'm going to call this video. I'm just going to attach it by tapping in my body. Go and tap on the arrow, add document. So the file that I want to use is the file that I've just downloaded to my desktop. If I go to my desktop, and there's that file, I tap on it, and there we go. And now I'm going to send it. So a message pops up and it says, do you want to use Maildrop or try sending attachment? Obviously, if I'm going to try to send an attachment, it's not going to go very far. So for this one, I'm just going to go Maildrop. And here you can say that, do you want to use Maildrop to deliver the attachment using iCloud? It will be available for the next 30 days. So cool. So I'll just say use Maildrop. It now have sent that email to my DigiK mail, which is my Exchange. Of course, it's going to take a while for it to receive. So that is how I can use my Maildrop within my iOS device. So as you can see, guys, this is how easy it is. No complicated setup, just simply ticking a box and just sending your emails as per normal. So I hope that you enjoyed this session. Okay, let's go with Sally first. Sally,
okay,
go for it.
On the iPhone, how did you find your, when I went into my cloud email address, how did you find your Gmail also at the same place? I can do it on my Mac, but I can't seem to see it on my phone. So if I go into my phone at inboxes, it's just my stuff that comes to my iCloud address, not my Gmail address. I don't know how to see.
Let me just quickly share that again with you. I'm not totally sure, Sally, but let me just check it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back into my iPhone. So on you mean on your device or on your iPhone?
Yes.
So if you're in all mailboxes, then at the top you should see mailboxes there. Yeah. Right? So, but keep in mind, this is now if all of your mailboxes has been set up on your phone, right? Okay. So So all of my mailboxes I was set up on my phone. Let me just backstep again. So if I go to settings, right, to my settings, and under passwords and accounts is where all my mailboxes have all been set up. Right, so you can see there, I've got my iCloud, my DigiCape, my mail, my Gmail. The one thing that I picked up with all of my clients is that they will put up multiple mailboxes, but then they won't put a nice label with it. And most of the time, people don't know that you can do that. So say for instance, I go to iCloud, right? So this is now in my iCloud mailbox, and wait, let me not use that. That's a bit of a, let me go to my Gmail. So under my Gmail, if I go to my Gmail address, you would notice here under description, I could change it to something else, you know? So now you can make a description, anything, your name, personal, whatever. So it makes it easy to see who's who in the zoo. The same with my Exchange, I called it DigiCape because then I know that's my DigiCape email. So then now after you've set that up, you can just go straight to mail you will see at the top mailboxes will be available now. It wouldn't be there if it wasn't set up, right? Then you just go to mailboxes and it will give it to you there.
Thank you.
And now you've got the choice to actually see individual mail, or you can see all of them if you click on all inboxes.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was so quick, Angelo. I just wanted to know, where did you find your compress for Maildrop? What was it under?
It's actually built into your Mac. So if you do a secondary click, meaning right click on any folder, you know the menu will pop up and it will give you the compress option.
Okay.
Brian, didn't you ask a question?
I was about to, thanks, Angelo. So this
Sure.
actually can replace WeTransfer.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes. Look, guys, sorry, I didn't mention this. A client asked me the other day, Angelo, Maildrop, awesome. So will it replace Dropbox, share drive under G drive, and WeTransfer? WeTransfer, yes. Dropbox and G drive, if you guys using shared folders, I don't think it will replace that, because remember, if you create a shared folder, it's a share between you and the recipient. Whereas with this, it's a once-off send, you know? Whereas with the shared folders, we've done shared folders under iCloud Drive. If you guys don't know or didn't see it, it's on our YouTube channel. But what that does is it just creates a share point between you and the next person. So say for instance, me and Shelley is sharing a folder. She can at any point drag any file into that folder and I will receive it, and I can do the same. So until one of us delete that share point or that shared folder, that's permanently there. Where with this Maildrop, it's just once off. We don't see each other ever again. Or we don't need to. Yes, sir.
There's a question from Shelley, and it's a very valid question. Shelley was asking, so if you receive a zip file, how do you unzip it? So you now sent the compressed file, but if you receive a compressed file, how do you uncompress it?
Okay, cool. Sorry, Sally, sorry, Vernon, is my screen still shared?
No, yes.
Yes, it is.
Is it still shared? Perfect.
Yes.
So guys, remember that one folder that I sent a compressed file? There it is, right? So all I do is I just double click on it. And what it will do is your compression agent or your utility, I must say, is now decompressing the folder, and it's automatically downloading it to your downloads folder. You can see. So all I did was I double clicked on it, right? And it just added that folder, the uncompressed folder, to my downloads folder, right? You can, of course, first save it to you, or save the attachment to a location which will save the compressed file, and then double click on it, and then it will open up like a normal folder on that location. The reason why I don't like to do that is because you're going to sit with two copies, the compressed version and the folder version. Then you can, of course, delete the compressed version if you want to. So quick example, just to show you guys. So I can say save attachment, right? So it asks me, where do I want to save the attachment to? Let me just close these. I've got so many windows open now. So it's asking me where I want to save the file to. So I'm going to say, yeah, I want to save it to, I've got it already on my desktop. So I'm going to go to my downloads file. I've got it on my downloads. Let me put it in my Google Drive. So I'm going to save it to my Google Drive, right? So now if I go to my Google Drive folder, you can see that it is sitting, right, as a compressed version. If I double click on that one, it will now expand it, and there's the expanded version. But now I'm sitting with two copies there and there, right? So now I can, because I've got the folder that I want, so I can actually delete the compressed version. There we go. So you can either just double click it in your mail, which will download your downloads folder, or you can first save the attachment, then open it, and then delete the compressed version if you want to, or the zipped version.
We've got two more questions, Angelo. The one is from Sean, and basically the two questions are similar. The one is from Sean and the other one from Carolyn. They asked, does Maildrop work in Outlook, specifically Outlook 365?
It doesn't, it only works with mail, hey guys? So if you set up your mail account in Outlook, Maildrop doesn't work there. So you can set up your exchange in mail. Then you can. I've done mine. I've actually sent to my exchange account, which is our DigiCape account. It does work on that one, but if you set it up in Outlook, then it won't work. It's only in my Mac Mail. Caroline, what's the difference between Maildrop and AirDrop? AirDrop is basically where you can send a file between two computers or devices wirelessly, but it only has a radius limitation up to 9.5 meters, Carolyn. Where with Maildrop, it works directly through mail.
Angelo, will it work with pop accounts?
With pop accounts, good questions. I'm not totally sure. I think it will, because you do get I'm gonna research that, and I'm gonna get back to you with that one.
Because as you've been talking, I've had a look at. I can see it on my Gmail, but I don't see the option on my MWeb pop account to click AirDrop or AirMail.
Or Maildrop, yeah.
Maildrop, yeah.
I will do some research on that one, and then I'll get back to you with that one. Yeah, I'll change. I think I've got a pop account somewhere which I can quickly dig out, and yeah.
Okay,
but why use pop?
Yeah, I know, that's a good question. Guilty.
Yeah, that is so 18th century, you know. I know Martin, I got an email from Martin Luther, you know, back then he was using a pop.
Point taken.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Okay. People, thank you very much for joining us. Wednesday, we are doing, I think it was word processing. Let me just make double sure. Oh, it's mastering keynotes. Oh, that's going to be an interesting session. Alan will be doing that, and on Thursday we're doing keyboard and mouse hints and tips. So yeah, beautiful people. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you very much.